On a freezing night in November 1995, Beijing was unusually quiet. The kind of silence that feels heavy, like the city itself is holding its breath. At exactly 11:20 p.m., Bus No. 375 stopped at its final terminal near you. It was supposed to be the last trip of the night. The driver was experienced. The conductor had worked the route for years. Nothing about that night felt special until the bus disappeared. As the bus moved deeper into the outskirts of Beijing, fog began to swallow the road. Street lights grew sparse. Buildings faded into shadows. At one deserted stop, 3 figures suddenly appeared. 2 men supporting a third person who looked weak, possibly injured. They waved urgently. The conductor hesitated. The route was nearly empty, but the passengers insisted. So the driver stopped. The 3 boarded the bus. The moment they stepped inside, the temperature dropped. One passenger later claimed the air felt wrong, as if the bus had crossed into a different place. The 2 men wore long coats. Despite the mild cold, they paid in silence. The bus continued. Minutes passed. Then something terrifying happened. An elderly woman seated near the middle suddenly stood up, panic flooding her face. She began shouting at the young man beside her. The argument grew loud. The conductor demanded they get off at the next stop to settle it. Reluctantly, both passengers exited the bus. As soon as the bus pulled away, I lied. He froze. What? She turned toward the road, eyes trembling. Their feet didn't touch the ground. The young man felt his blood turn to ice. The 2 had been floating. They watched in horror as Bus No. 375 disappeared into the fog. That was the last time anyone saw it alive. The bus never reached Changshan. By morning, authorities launched a search. No wreckage. No tire tracks. No signals. The driver, conductor, and remaining passengers had vanished without a trace. Days passed. Then, the bus was found 3 days later, abandoned on a remote mountain road, perfectly intact. No crash damage, no fire, no explanation. When police entered the bus, the smell hit them first. Rot. Inside, they found both the driver, the conductor, the passengers, all seated in their places. But they were severely decomposed, as if they had been dead for weeks, not days. Faces frozen in terror, eyes sunken, skin darkened and decaying. Yet the strangest discovery wasn't the bodies. It was the fuel tank. When investigators opened it, blood poured out. Not mixed, not diluted. Human blood. The entire gas tank was filled with it. No fuel. Just blood. There were no wounds on the bodies that could explain such an amount. No signs of struggle. No explanation of how the bus even moved. Officials quickly sealed the case. The official report claimed mechanical failure and environmental exposure, but witnesses were silenced. Records disappeared, and the story was buried. Yet rumors spread. People whispered that the bus had entered something else that night, a place between life and death. Some said the figures who boarded weren't human at all, spirits needing transportation. Others claimed the bus crossed an invisible boundary near the hills. One chilling theory suggests this. Bus No. 375 didn't vanish. It completed its journey. Just not in our world. Locals still avoid that route at night. Taxi drivers refuse rides near the old stops, and some night watchmen claim that around 11:20 p.m., on foggy evenings, they hear the sound of an engine. No headlights, no bus, just the echo of metal moving through air. Waiting. Because, in Chinese folklore, spirits cannot travel long distances on their own. They need help, they need a ride. And if you ever see an old bus stop where no bus should be, and someone waves from the fog, never get on. Because Bus No. 375 may still be running, and it still hasn't reached its final stop.